The Boy and the Lost Wallet. Sam was a curious boy. He lived in a small town. He was 11 years old and walked to school every day. One morning, as he walked along the narrow path, he saw something lying on the ground. It was a brown wallet. It looked like someone had lost it. Sam put the wallet in his pocket and continued walking to school. As he walked, he thought about the money. "I could buy that new toy I've wanted for a long time," he told himself. But then he asked himself, is that the right thing to do? At school, Sam sat at his desk, but he couldn't concentrate. He kept thinking about the wallet in his pocket. What should I do, he wondered. Should he keep the money or turn the wallet? During the break, Sam went to the coat room to look at the wallet again. He took it out and opened it again. This time, he noticed a small pocket that he hadn't seen before. He opened it and found a photo. The photo showed a man, a woman, and a little girl. Sam looked at the photo and felt a strange feeling in his heart. Suddenly, he thought about his own family and how sad they would be if they lost something like that. The wallet belongs to someone who might really need the money, thought Sam. Sam decided to take the wallet to the school lost and found office. He knew it was the right thing to do. So, he went to the principal's office and knocked on the door. Mrs. Muller, the secretary, opened the door and smiled. "How can I help you, Sam?" she asked. "I found this wallet on my way to school," said Sam and handed it to her. Mrs. Muller took it and thanked him. "You did the right thing, Sam. We'll find the owner." The next day, the principal called Sam into the office. When he walked in, he saw the principal, Mr. Weber, sitting at his desk. Mr. Weber had the wallet in his hand and smiled. "Sam," he said, "this wallet belongs to me. I lost it yesterday when I was coming to school." Sam was surprised. He never thought the wallet could belong to the principal. "Thank you for bringing it back," said Mr. Weber. "It is brave and honest to do the right thing. I am very proud of you." Mr. Weber handed Sam a small box. "This is a little thank you for your honesty," he said. Sam opened the box and found a book with stories and puzzles, just what he had always wanted. Sam smiled and knew he had made the right decision. He left the office thinking about how important it is to be honest and to help others. The decision. Anna was a young woman. Today, she had an important job interview at a big company. This opportunity was very important to her. She had prepared for weeks. Her clothes were carefully chosen, and she had practiced the way to the company. On the day of the interview, Anna left her apartment early in the morning. She didn't want to be late, but as she hurried through the streets, she suddenly saw an old man lying on the sidewalk. He had fallen and seemed to be hurt. Anna stopped and looked around. No one was nearby to help the man. Her heart started beating faster. Should she help the man or keep going to be on time for her interview? It was a difficult decision. "If I help now, I will definitely be late," Anna thought. "But I can't just leave the man lying here." She knew she couldn't just walk away. "If I help now, I will definitely be late," Anna thought. "But I can't just leave the man lying here." She knew she couldn't just walk away. Anna kneeled down next to the man and asked, "Are you okay? Can you get up?" The man shook his head. "I think I hurt my foot," he said weakly. "I need help." Without thinking twice, Anna helped the man sit up. She called an ambulance and stayed with him until the paramedics arrived. While they waited, she talked to him to keep him calm. The man was very grateful and smiled weakly. The ambulance came, and the paramedics helped the man onto a stretcher. One of the paramedics turned to Anna and said, "Thank you for helping. The man will be okay, but it was important that you were here." Anna smiled, but inside, she was nervous. She knew she was probably going to be late for her interview. She quickly said goodbye and ran to the company. When she finally arrived, she was out of breath and the time had already passed. She went to the reception desk. "I have an appointment for a job interview," she said, hoping there was still a chance. The receptionist looked at her watch and said, "You're late, but please go into the office. The interviewers are still waiting for you." Anna took a deep breath and went to the office. She knocked on the door and walked in. 3 people were sitting at the table, and they all looked at her. One of the men was familiar to her. It was the old man she had helped on the street. Anna was surprised, but the man smiled at her kindly.
"Good afternoon, Anna," he said.
"I am Mr. Muller, the CEO of this company. I saw that you applied for the job, and I was very impressed by your kindness and courage this morning." Anna was speechless. She hadn't expected the man she helped to be the CEO of the company.
"Thank you," she said quietly.
"I couldn't just walk by." Mr. Muller nodded. "Your willingness to help says a lot about your character. We are looking for people who are not only talented but also compassionate. I believe you would be a great addition to our team." The interview went well, and at the end of the day, Anna received a call from the company. They had decided to offer her the job. Anna could hardly believe it. She had not only aced the interview but had also shown that doing the right thing is always worth it, even when it's difficult. Emma's secret kitten. Emma was a happy 10-year-old girl. She lived in a small house with her parents. Emma loved animals, but her parents were allergic to cats and dogs. That's why she was never allowed to have a pet. One afternoon, while Emma was playing outside in the garden, she heard a faint meowing sound. Curious, she followed the noise and found a tiny kitten behind a bush. The kitten was small and dirty, and it looked very hungry. Emma felt sorry for it right away. "Oh, you poor kitten," she said softly and picked it up. The kitten purred quietly and snuggled against her. Emma knew that her parents were allergic to cats, but she couldn't just leave the kitten outside. Emma thought about what to do. "What should I do?" she asked herself. Should she keep the kitten and try to hide it from her parents? Or should she find another place for the kitten? Emma wanted to keep the kitten, but she knew it would be hard to hide it. Finally, Emma decided to secretly keep the kitten in her room. She brought it to her room, gave it some milk, and made it comfortable in an old box with a blanket. "You will be my secret," she whispered to the kitten. For the next few days, Emma did everything she could to hide the kitten from her parents. She sneaked into the kitchen to get it food and played quietly with it so no one would hear. But the kitten wasn't always quiet, and it became harder to hide. Sometimes it meowed loudly, and Emma was afraid her parents would hear it. One morning, as Emma was getting ready for school, she heard her mother calling from the bedroom. "Emma, what is that noise?" Emma's heart started to race. "What noise, Mom?" she asked, hoping her mother hadn't really heard it. "I heard a meowing sound," her mother said. "Is that a cat?" Emma knew she had to tell the truth now. She went into her parents' bedroom and said quietly, "Yes, Mom, it's a kitten. I found it outside a few days ago and couldn't leave it alone. I'm sorry I hid it." Emma's parents looked at each other and then at Emma. Her father said, "Emma, you know we're allergic to cats. We can't have a cat in the house." Emma lowered her head and felt sad. She had grown so fond of the kitten and didn't want to lose it. But then her mother smiled and said, "We're not angry with you, Emma. It was good that you wanted to help the kitten, but we need to find another place for it." Emma's father nodded. "Maybe we can find someone who can adopt the kitten and you can visit it whenever you want." Emma thought about it and remembered her friend Lisa, who didn't have any pets and always wanted a cat. "Maybe Lisa can have the kitten," she said hopefully. Her parents agreed, and they called Lisa and her parents. Lisa's parents agreed to take the kitten. "Thank you, Emma," she said when she picked up the kitten. "I will take good care of it, and you can visit it anytime you want." Emma was sad to let the kitten go, but she knew it was the right decision. She visited the kitten often at Lisa's house and was happy that it had found a loving home. Every time she visited, Emma knew she had done the right thing.